Tucson, Arizona. A quiet desert city known for its peaceful communities. But on February 1st, 2026, that peace was shattered. 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie vanished from her home with no forced entry, no witnesses, and no suspects. Her disappearance would become one of the most mysterious cases in recent American history. Nancy Guthrie was a mother, grandmother, and beloved community member. At 84, she was described as kind, sharp, and independent, living alone and staying connected with her family. She was not the type of person to simply disappear, which is why what happened on February 1st immediately raised alarms. That morning, Nancy didn't answer her family's calls. As hours passed, their concern grew into fear. A relative went to her home and made an unsettling discovery. Nancy was gone. Her home showed no signs of a struggle, but her phone, her purse, and all her daily essentials were left behind. Police were called, and the quiet neighborhood transformed into an active crime scene. Detectives combed through Nancy's home, looking for fingerprints, DNA, anything that could explain what happened. But the lack of obvious evidence led investigators to treat it as a suspected abduction. Soon, the FBI joined the investigation, elevating the local case to a federal priority. Agents canvassed the neighborhood, collecting surveillance footage from doorbell, security, and traffic cameras, anything that could provide a clue. Hundreds of hours of footage were reviewed, but what they found, or didn't find, only raised more questions. Surveillance footage captured suspicious activity, unidentified figures, and unclear movements that investigators couldn't explain. The clips provided no definitive answers, no clear suspect, and no confirmed identity. Just fragments of possibility. Devastated, Nancy's family pleaded with the public for help. They spoke to media outlets and shared her story, refusing to let her disappear without answers. As days turned into weeks, the urgency grew, but investigators refused to stop. Authorities collected DNA evidence from Nancy's home and submitted samples to national databases, hoping for a match. But none were found. The chilling implication was that the person responsible may have never committed a crime before, or had simply never been caught. Search teams expanded their efforts into the vast Arizona desert. It's an unforgiving place, capable of hiding secrets. Despite their extensive efforts, Nancy was nowhere to be found. As the case gained national attention, Nancy's family made a powerful decision. They offered a reward, initially tens of thousands of dollars, then more and more. Eventually, the total reward grew to hundreds of thousands of dollars. A clear message: someone out there knows something, and they wanted them to come forward. Thousands of tips flooded in from across the country, possible sightings, theories, and leads. Investigators carefully reviewed each one, but despite the relentless effort, no tip led to a breakthrough. Despite the lack of answers, the investigation never stopped. The FBI and local law enforcement analyzed every piece of evidence, exploring every possibility. But the mystery remained unsolved. Cases like this leave behind more than unanswered questions. They leave families waiting, hoping, and living in constant uncertainty, not knowing what happened or if they will ever see their loved one again. Nancy Guthrie vanished without a trace from her own home, in a quiet neighborhood, without witnesses and without answers. Someone, somewhere, knows what happened, and until that truth is revealed, the mystery remains. The disappearance of Nancy Guthrie is still an active investigation. Authorities continue to seek information. If you have any knowledge related to this case, you are urged to contact law enforcement, because someone's mother, grandmother, and family deserves to be found.